There's nothing quite like the internet all coming together for some crazy viral moments that we can happily tweet and gram about. And let's face it, 2017 was full of these moments, so today we're going to be breaking down this year's top 10 viral moments here on Listed. Kicking off the list with former First Lady Michelle Obama, a pic of Michelle went viral after a moment was captured of her giving some major side eye at Mr. Trump's presidential inauguration in January 2017. Many posted it to their social media with funny captions to go along with the pic, like this user who captioned it with a modern take on the famous Martin Luther King Jr. quote, which read, "The arc of Michelle Obama's side-eye shade bends toward justice." It turns out her look was actually not meant to be shady at all. Barack Obama later explained that Michelle was actually just trying to hold back tears when her and the fam left the White House for the last time. I mean, trust me, I was crying too. Next up, we have the epic moment when Beyonce revealed her pregnancy on Instagram. She posted a beautiful photo showing off her pregnant belly surrounded by flowers with a green veil over her head. Not only did we find out she was pregnant, but we also learned that she was carrying twins from her caption, which read, "We would like to share our love and happiness. We have been blessed 2 times over. We are incredibly grateful that our family will be growing by 2, and we thank you for your well wishes, the Carters." The photo naturally got over 7.2 million likes on Instagram. This year at the 2017 Oscars, we got a real shocker during the ceremony. It all started off good and dandy when Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway announced La La Land as the winner for Best Picture. But then, when everyone came up on stage and began making their thank you speeches, this happened.
We lost, by the way, but, you know.
Guys, I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
I know. Talk about an awkward moment. And for those of you who are like, what the heck happened? Apparently, they just read the wrong name?
This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
Are you cringing? Because I am. Then, of course, there was that BBC interview with Robert E. Kelly discussing the impeachment of the president of South Korea, when the interview was interrupted by Robert's 4-year-old daughter.
All the time, the question is, how do democracies respond to those scandals?
And what will it mean for the wider region? I think one of your children has just walked in. I mean,
and just when we think it might get better for him, Robert's 8-month-old son then strolls on in, and his wife has to take both children out of the room.
I would be surprised if they do. Pardon me. My apologies.
Then once the kids are both out of the room, you can still hear them crying in the background. If this isn't interviews gone wrong gold, I don't know what is. Robert has now earned himself the nickname BBC Dad, and even Robert himself finds the whole thing terribly cute and referred to the incident as the comedy of errors. The solar eclipse that happened earlier this year had everyone talking. You couldn't go on the internet without seeing a pic of people sporting the famous Eclipse glasses or tweeting about their Eclipse party they were throwing. And let's just say, they were all living for it. Let's be honest, we can't possibly have a list of viral moments without mentioning at least one Kar Jenner. Which brings us to number 6. Kendall Jenner's Pepsi ad. This ad got a lot of backlash due to its reference of political protests during a time that, well, we were really having a lot of political protests. The ad features Kendall handing an officer a Pepsi, which ends up ending the conflict between the police officers and protesters. Due to our social climate at the time, people found this ad to be very inappropriate.
We are the movement, this generation.
Of course, who could possibly forget Cookieface? If you need a little reminder, earlier this year, Donald Trump tweeted, "Despite the negative press, Cookieface," which naturally had everyone a little confused as Cookieface is not a word, and we had no idea what he was trying to say, though many were speculating he was trying to type the word coverage and maybe like doesn't have autocorrect. But the internet still had a lot of fun guessing what else he could mean. Lots of celebs even got in on the fun, like James Corden, who tweeted, "I'm gonna try and go back to sleep now. Everyone stay, #Cookieface." Once Trump realized what was happening, he attempted to get in on the fun as well by tweeting, Who can figure out the true meaning of Cookieface? Enjoy! But we're guessing he only noticed his error after it went viral. I mean, we do know he spends a lot of time on Twitter. And speaking of Donald Trump, there was the whole controversy between him and the NFL. Donald got very upset with some NFL players that were kneeling during the national anthem. Colin Kaepernick, a former 49ers quarterback, had been kneeling at games since last year in order to protest racial issues and police brutality, but the hashtag Take a Knee movement really started to take off once Donald Trump spoke out at a rally in Alabama saying, quote, "Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, 'Get that son of a B off the field right now, out, he's fired, he's fired.'" But Trump didn't stop there. He then, of course, took to Twitter to share more thoughts like, quote, "If a player wants the privilege of making millions of dollars in the NFL or other leagues, he or she should not be allowed to disrespect our great American flag or country and should stand for the national anthem. If not, you're fired. Find something else to do." The NFL and NFLPA soon responded in support of the peaceful protest, and afterwards, because of Trump's words, more players and even some complete teams started their own peaceful protests on the field. Taylor Swift made an epic comeback this year when she surprised us all by dropping her very talked about single, Look What You Made Me Do. Tay went on a hiatus this past year, and when we finally heard from her, after she erased her total existence off of social media, might I add, she came back with a bang. We already thought the song itself was enough to have her fan base go into a total frenzy, but then the video dropped and so did our jaws.
Why you said the gun was mine isn't cool. No, I don't like you.
A big reason why the song and video were so talked about is because of who it's about. There were many lyrics and details in the video that led people to believe it's a song shading Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Calvin Harris, and Kanye West. Tay also managed to poke fun at all her haters by making fun of nearly every rumor that's ever been said about her, from people calling her a snake to people saying her squad is like an army of robots.
But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time.
And last but certainly not least is the Me Too movement. Once everyone got word of Harvey Weinstein, the hashtag MeToo was all over social media. It all started when Alyssa Milano tweeted asking for anyone that has ever experienced sexual assault or harassment to use the hashtag MeToo in order to show people how prominent this issue really is. It soon went viral as many women and men came forward using the hashtag. The phrase MeToo actually first came about when Tarana Burke, an activist, used it to empower women of color that had been sexually abused. Hashtag MeToo was used then and is used now as a way to spread awareness and also make those who have dealt with sexual assault or harassment of any kind feel less alone. So many crazy viral moments this year. Which one did you guys like the most? Let me know down in the comments below, and when you're done with that, click right over here to see celeb lookalikes that the internet just couldn't handle. As always, I'm your girl Renee Ariel, and I'll see you next time.